Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's everybody doing today? How's it going? Welcome to episode number 898 of Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Looks like we've got a Tesla Cybertruck on a flatbed. Got somebody coming quickly on the sidewalk, so I'm going to just avoid them, come off to the side. That has got to be honestly one of the dumbest inventions ever, the Tesla Cybertruck. It's a big hunk of metal that looks like a rocket ship or spaceship, right? You see that thing right there? It's a Tesla Cybertruck. And lots of people walking around today. It was sunny, but it's been cold. It's about 51 degrees right now. That's what the outside temperature gauge read on my car. But yeah, I hope you've all had a great day. I've got a great topic to discuss here today. We're going to be talking about purpose-driven versus money-motivated. Which one creates success? Now, I've talked about this before. It's been a while, though. But since the end of the year is right around the corner, we've got some people coming on this side. But since the end of the year is right around the corner, I felt this would be a great refresher. So people that are looking to create greatness, especially if you're considering becoming a content creator and becoming a part of the creator economy, this is going to be some extremely valuable information for you. Because I got so much experience seeing people go down the wrong path and make a lot of money going down the wrong path. But the question is, how long is that sustainable, right? Is it sustainable long term? And I think you all know the answer to that, but we're going to go into a little more detail here today. It is chilly. It feels colder than 51 degrees. I got my gloves on. Absolutely. I'm triple layered up. That's just the way it goes. While we wait for some more people to show up, first and foremost, this is a members only live chat. If you missed the show the other day where I announced that between now and at least the end of the year, every live stream that I do, whether it's on this channel or the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development, the streams will be publicly viewable, but the members only chat feature will be activated, meaning that if you're a moderator, you can chat for free. You do not need a membership. But if you're not a moderator, now if you're a moderator and you still want to become a channel member, that's up to you. If you're not a moderator and you want to chat, you will need to purchase at least a $2.99 channel membership on both channels individually. And that will allow you to chat. If you don't want to purchase a channel membership and you're not a moderator, you can still super chat. But I do want you folks to know that super chats and channel memberships are still subject to the same rules, the same community guidelines. And if you purchase a membership or a super chat to troll or to hate, you will be banned immediately and I'll take your money. And if you want to try and get a refund, that's on you. If you're successful at getting the refund, congratulations. If not, I'll take your money. minus YouTube and Google's 30%, and say thank you, have a nice day. That's just the way it goes, right? Man, it feels cold. I mean, literally, the real feel right now, it feels like it's about maybe 43 to 45 degrees, but it's actually like 51. Whew, man. Anyway. Before we get to the topic here today, I want to mention I took the day off yesterday because I've had a lot of cleaning to do. Don and I, we haven't, we have some big area rugs that need to be very deep cleaned with the bigger Bissell carpet cleaner. And it takes several hours to clean both of them because they're huge rugs. And after a while, a lot of dirt and other stuff gets buried in there, right? And so instead of walking yesterday, I was working on that, and we had some other things to do. So that's going to set us back a day from reaching episode number 900 of Walking with Purpose Live. But in the end, at the end of the day, everything pans out. And I'm actually glad. I'm actually glad that I took yesterday off. That's a plane. Oh, by the way, I got a boogie because I got on the trail 20 minutes before the sun sets. So I got a boogie. I'm only going to be doing 3 miles out of the 3.5 miles. Hey, Hot Facts with Robert Reese. How are you doing? What's going on, man? Hope you and yours are having a good one, Robert. I just want to make you aware that I've chosen to not talk about certain things. Hey, heard your clip. I accept. Well, thank you, Robert. Yeah, Robert, would you and your wife be open to having a phone call behind the scenes and just talking about the future of the GNA? Nothing crazy or anything like that. It's just brainstorming and better getting to know each other. And I don't know if we're going to find time to do that before the end of the year because, you know, the holidays are coming up. You've got your families, we've got ours. And I mean, I could probably find a way to make it happen, but we definitely want to talk, and I can show you the whole structure. Because, see, Robert, I want to show you all of the aspects of the GNA. I don't want to just be all talk out here on the front lines. Yes, when the time is right, let's set it up. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, we've got a lot of things, you know, that we put into place. You know, the GNA is an LLC now. It's been an LLC since earlier this year, limited liability company. We've got a California registered trademark. Soon, our federally registered trademark will be registered over the next few months. We had one in the past, but we lost it for many crazy reasons, mostly my fault. But after almost 4 years of not having the federal trademark. We're about to get it back. It's in the final stages right now. We've got stuff that is being copywritten. We are putting extreme protective measures in place. And I've got a DBA, fictitious business name, Elias Melas, DBA, Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. It is on the San Mateo County Assessor's website. In California, you get your fictitious business name, also known as a DBA, doing business as through the county clerk's office in each county. So I want to put it all out there to you, Robert, in all transparency. You know, it's all legit. It's all everything is either everything has been registered or is about to finally get registered with local, state, and federal government. But anyway, so money motivated versus purpose driven. Purpose driven versus money motivated. Sorry, purpose driven versus money motivated. Which one creates success? Well, the short end of the answer is they both create success. But one aspect is quick and temporary, and the other takes longer to accomplish and is sustainable, more so long term. And before I came out on the trail, my girlfriend Dawn was telling me about, I think this movie was on Max. It was, or not a movie, a documentary series, a docu-series is what they call them nowadays. I love docu-series. Type of content. I can't remember what it was called, but Dawn started watching it without me because she was in the bedroom last night early while I was doing the carpets in the living room. And she told me I should watch it, or she'd watch it again with me. I said, "Nah, you know what? I'll watch it. I'll watch it another time when you're awake." And sorry, when I'm awake and you're sleeping, I don't want to make her watch the same shit over again. But it was about, how the internet, how people have gone from doing regular content on the internet and then realizing if they amp things up, if they amp things up and they push the boundaries, right? And they ride the line, skate the line, or even cross the line, they're going to get more views and make more money, right? And I told Dawn, I said, thanks, babe, for making me aware of that, because that's exactly what I've been seeing out here on YouTube through many creators. Some people have an insatiable thirst for attention and money on the internet, and because they don't want to put in the time and effort into growing something the right way, they want to shortcut it by doing stupid shit and then continuing to amp it up so people can drop everything and tune in and donate and give and get ad revenue on that and all that kind of stuff, right? So, both of these aspects are going to make you money. Both of them are going to make you money. But purpose-driven type of content or purpose-driven type of work is going to make you less money initially because you're going to have to build your foundation, build your audience, right? It's the ramp up period, right? But in the long run, once it starts to take off, it's going to be sustainable more so long term. It's also something that defines who you are because that's what a purpose-driven type of thing is. CHP on the freeway is hauling ass in the fast lane. There must be an accident up there. Anyway. If you're money motivated, people that are money motivated are only going to have one thing on their mind. Do whatever I need to do to make money, right? We all know on the internet, anything reasonable and sustainable long term is not going to take off like a rocket. But if you do something stupid, you could skip the ramp up period and get right to it because when it comes to negative, bad shit, everyone tunes in. Everyone drops everything to tune in. And a lot of these people that don't want to take the time and put in the effort to create something decent, and they don't want to deal with the highs and lows of not getting a whole lot of views or attention right away. That's a loud freaking plane. Or making a lot of money right away. A lot of people that don't want to deal with that understand that's what it takes, but don't want to put in the time and effort, they'll shortcut it by doing other crazy things that'll make them money sooner, that'll get them more traction sooner or practically immediately, right? And I've always believed, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but I've always believed give me 1 second here. I've always believed in the concept of you get what you pay for. I've always believed in the concepts of hard work pays off. I've never, ever, ever tried to shortcut anything. Well, I'll take that back. Maybe in my younger days, I tried to shortcut a few things before I knew better. Because when you're younger in your teenage years, and maybe in your early to mid 20s, even though you become an adult at age 18, you're really not an adult. You don't have enough experience. You don't. Those are the years where typically anyone is going to try to shortcut something, right? But most of us reasonable human beings realize after a while, by our mid-20s or late 20s, after we tried to shortcut a lot of things and we made a lot of mistakes, and yeah, it might have brought us some quicker success, what did it cost us at the same time, right? You have to look at what is shortcutting something going to cost you? Not only initially, but in the long run. In the long run, doing something that's money motivated is going to run its course, and it's not going to be sustainable long term, and then you're out of business. What do you do at that point? Do you find something else where you can shortcut your success on? Are you going to use the same MO, the motive of operations, that people already know, and are they going to still support you, or are they going to get bored because it's the same old thing, just different characters involved, right? Kelvin Clymer, how you doing? When it comes to when you become an adult, there's really no time you get the most mature you ever can be, as we always keep growing when we live. No, I understand. I agree with you, Kelvin Clymer. But there's a point in time where I believe before most adults nowadays, or most people nowadays, before age 25, are going to make the majority of their mistakes. And after age 25, especially going into your early 30s, that's when you make fewer mistakes. So let's just say before 30, okay? Before 30 years old, the scales are going to be tipped towards making more mistakes. After age 30, most human beings, they learn from those mistakes, and the scale tips towards making less mistakes, right? So you're right, Kelvin Clymer. While we're always going to be learning stuff, right? Even in our 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, we're always going to learn everything till the day we die. By a certain age, in my opinion, should be around 30, most people should recognize right from wrong a whole lot better than they did before that time. I understand what you mean, but I've seen many people keep doing mistakes in their old age. Well, then those are people that are choosing to never better themselves. Some people, Kelvin Clymer, are set in their ways and they never change. One of them is Donald Trump. Donald Trump has never changed. Some people will never change their ways. They're not willing to work on themselves. They're not willing to better themselves. And they have the attitude of, I'm more money motivated than purpose focused, right? Purpose focused people, yes, we still want to make money, but we want to make money the right way, and we want to legitimately help people. Money motivated people don't give a shit who they hurt to make money. It doesn't matter if they hurt someone or not. Their top concern is just making money. In essence, their purpose becomes about making money and not about what they enjoy doing, right? Now, I wanted to mention here, real quick, I'm on the final stretch before I turn around. I got to tell you, it's cold. The temperature has probably dipped to actually 47 or 48 right now. If I didn't have my gloves on, I'll tell you, my hands feel a little bit cold with the gloves on, but if they weren't on, my hands would be fucking frozen right now. Oh, I could see steam coming out of my breath. That means we're heading towards the mid 40s quickly. I'm going to be a Coach Eli. Well, I'm not Coach Eli anymore, but you know what I'm saying. Who knows? I might bring it back like I've been saying. You never know. Stick around and see what happens in the new year. But I might be an Eli popsicle one of these days. I've got heavier jackets too, folks. I got plenty of gear to wear. Even if it hit like, low 30s, I could still walk. I'd probably need to get some heavier gloves because these gloves are good. Probably, going down into the low 40s or high 30s. But as we get down to like freezing temperature, like 32, I need to get some thicker gloves. Kelvin Climber, well, just proves the point. Some people will keep doing mistakes, but also learn in old age. But it also requires a person to want to learn. That's true. Some people don't want to learn. Well, some people, Kelvin Climber, continue to do things that are money motivated, and they do that because they feel if they try to go legitimate, they're not going to have the same success. And that's certainly not true. Anyone that puts enough effort into something and does it the right way eventually will reach some form of success. It's just that some people don't want to put in the time or effort, right? Right? And it is what it is, dude, because if that's what makes those people happy, if they're proud of the way that they're making money based off of being money motivated instead of purpose driven, then that's on them, right? Some people just don't give a shit about humanity. They only care about themselves. People like this are very selfish people. And then they try to mask their selfishness by trying to come off like they're some kind of saint. And to any normal, decent human being out there that sees this, they know. They know the kind of scumbag that type of person is. Right? They know the type of scumbag a person like that is. Over the years out here on YouTube, I've seen many creators start a channel and start off doing things the right way. Start off very positive and, start trying to build something legitimate, right? And then because initially when you do that, you get a very low amount of views. And if you're monetized, you make a very small amount of money, right? Eventually, a lot of these people that were trying to create something legitimate see what drama content, does. They end up switching their content style to targeting other people on the internet and in the real world, and making those people the basis of their content, right? And because a lot of miserable people have an insatiable desire for content that belittles people that are perceived to be good people In the eyes of people that are struggling to have self-love, they love seeing creators belittle people that are perceived to have a lot of self-love for themselves. So let's talk about what happens, because Don was telling me about this series. I think it's on Max. When I forgot the name, I'll get the name and I'll share that on the next show or on the community wall here. Okay. What happens? These people were trying to, an example, this is just anyone. A lot of people on YouTube in the past have tried to legitimately start a YouTube channel with legitimate content. It didn't work, so they went the drama route. Right? A lot of people in this community called the true crime community out here, their purpose was to talk about true crime that was happening all over the world. But what happened? That got boring after a while, so these true crime channels that built up an audience started losing numbers, so they turned their true crime channels into drama channels, and they started attacking people within the true crime community on YouTube. And then it got nicknamed the Krama group, right? True crime and drama squished in one. When I first heard that, I was like, what the fuck is this Krama bullshit, right? True crime and drama in one. And then they started all going at each other. And then that creates this thing called an echo chamber, where I've seen so many echo chambers out here on YouTube because of this concept of a group that was supposed to do something with an actual purpose initially, like talk about true crime events, and because it wasn't getting the traction anymore, they switched it to drama. And next thing you know, these creators are fighting within the YouTube community of the true crime group. They're fighting amongst each other and trashing each other, and and then the views skyrocket, right? And when that starts to happen, now let me take off my glasses here. When that starts to happen, some of these creators are seeing numbers and money unlike anything they've seen before. They're like, wow, I should have done this a long time ago, right? Wrong, because it's temporary success. And you're giving yourself a false sense of purpose along with that false sense of success, right? So what happens when they switch from, in this group, for an example, from true crime content to drama content, right? They all start what's called infighting, right? This term coined infighting was started years ago when I was a part of this MGTOW community I wish I was never a part of. But anyway, so all these channels start to infight and attack each other, and they're all sharing the same audience. Initially, it's a big audience, right? And then they go from channel to channel to channel. They run these live stream panels on, it used to be on Google Hangouts on Air, but when they got rid of that years ago, StreamYard came in and took over. So now they have these StreamYard panels, and people go from panel to panel to panel to panel to panel and talk the same shit. They regurgitate the same shit over and over and over and over again. And some of those channels are monetized, at least for the time being. People are sending super chats, PayPals. People are paying to see this stuff, right? So all these creators that are creating this content are getting a false sense of success and a false sense of having a purpose. Then what happens after that? And this is what Don was telling me what was happening to a lot of these creators within this docuseries. What happens? All of a sudden, people start getting tired of the same drama within this echo chamber group. In this case, it would be the true crime community known as Krama now, right? And so the views start to go down. or some other creators, are amping up the drama better than the others, right? So they're getting, some other creators are getting the most views, and other creators that were getting an equal amount of the views initially when this whole drama thing started within this group are starting to get, less views. So what happens to people when all of a sudden they go from being legit, creating real content that wasn't getting them the most amount of success, then they go to the drama route, right? The entire community goes the drama route. They all start making a shit ton more money, getting more views. They get used to that. They're like, wow, I've never made this much money. I've never had this amount of attention. I've never had this amount of views. Then it starts to go down, and then they're like, oh shit, what do I need to do to get it back up there again? Oh, my channel's sinking. No, you're sinking because you fucked up and you didn't realize it. You were never building anything sustainable to begin with. So it had a short shelf life initially. You just didn't realize that. You got caught up in making easy money. You all got caught up in being more money motivated than purpose driven. Your channels serve no fucking purpose. They serve zero fucking purpose, which is why your numbers started going down, right? You rode a wave that was only going to live for a certain amount of time before people get bored of it. So now what happens? Now these creators want to hit that same high again, right? And they'll do whatever, some of them will do whatever it takes to hit that same high. So they'll amp things up by doing even crazier things. A lot of these people have doxed people online. A lot of these people have been involved in legal court cases, and then they talk about all that shit online, right? They use it all as content, right? A lot of people have made false wellness checks, which is also known as swatting, right? Why? Because they're doing whatever they need to do to hit that same high again that they supposedly hit when they converted their channels from the actual purpose, in this case true crime content, to drama content. And then it started to get more views, but then people got tired of that, or other creators were doing the drama better, and some of these other creators were losing their audience. So now they're like, what do I have to do to get that same high again, right? That's what it boils down to. And on this show that my girlfriend Dawn was telling me about, this one guy was riding the roller coaster like that, I believe, on YouTube. And he ended up going to kill most of his family members. He amped it up to that level. When I watch this series, I'll share more about it with you folks. I may end up watching it tonight. It's a beautiful night. I'm actually starting to warm up a little bit right now. Yes, I'm aware my channel is way smaller than yours. Okay, hold on a second. Some people are just closed-minded. Like, I can understand drama to some degree, but like, no offense, Eli, but your channel is not per se a big channel, meaning there is not a ton of subscribers to gain from your channel. Yes, I'm aware my channel is way smaller than yours, but the point is, making drama on a channel like yours is still pointless. Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Kelvin Clymer, and here's the interesting factor when it comes to drama content. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm going to add on to what you're saying. This is what I've noticed. I didn't even know when I first came on YouTube and I was starting my Coach Eli channel, I had 200 subscribers for the longest time. I had more traction back in those days in 2017. I had towards the end of 2017 when I started live streaming. I started my first real YouTube channel in 2017. When I started live streaming with 200 subscribers after doing pre-recorded videos for 6 months, I was getting more traction back then than ever before. Why was that? I'll tell you why. Because I was trying to protect the public from a man named, let's just call him Chris. Not my brother Chris, but another man named Chris. And he was running a scam red pill cryptocurrency coin. He was trying to scam people out of money. And I was talking about him almost every day because something new came up. I was talking about him almost every day. With 200 subscribers, I had 80 to 100 people legitimately on my live stream every day. Why? Because I was talking about that guy. Because I didn't even realize what I was doing back then. I was feeding into drama. My channel had gone from a coaching channel to a drama channel, and I didn't realize that because I was trying to protect people as part of my coaching, but I was a drama channel. The moment I stopped talking about that situation, my numbers went down to 40 and 30 and 20 people like they are today. So what I'm trying to say, Kelvin Clymer, from an illegitimate standpoint, being a fake YouTuber, in my opinion, which is what I call these people that are money motivated, they're fake YouTubers because they have no actual vision of doing something genuine, right? From that standpoint, you don't really need many subscribers to have a drama audience. People will find your channel. If you're creating drama and you're good at it, you can have 10 subscribers and you could have 100 people there. They're just not subscribed. One person in a drama community can share your stream and people can just show up, right? But when it comes to growing a channel legitimately, subscribers do matter. When it comes to drama, dude, listen, people will drop everything for drama regardless of the sub count, in my opinion. And I've witnessed that for years. But again, I understand where you're coming from, and I'll get your message in a second. It's a beautiful night. I respect your opinions, bro. The point is, okay, sorry. Kelvin Clymer says, yeah, if you know how to make quality content on any type, people will show up, yes, including drama channels. Well, yeah, so here's the thing, dude. To grow a legitimate audience with a legitimate type of purpose, having 200 subscribers is not going to get you a big turnout. You might get 2, 3, 5 people to show up on a live stream, sometimes 1. I've seen creators that have 1,000+ subscribers and still only get 1 or 2 people on their streams. And that's because people are not interested in their content. They consider it boring, or a lot of those subscribers, are from the past. The way those subscribers, came about were through sub streams that YouTube no longer allows, and they never really allowed it, but they cracked down on it a lot harder years ago. And some of those are bot subscribers too. People can buy subscribers. But yeah, like I said, when it comes to drama content, you can have 1 subscriber and all it takes is 1 person to find out about your channel find out that you're talking about something that they, along with 100 other people in a private group behind the scenes, want to see, and they'll share your link, and next thing you know, you have 100 people on your stream with one sub. That doesn't happen typically with legitimate content. It happens only with what I like to call illegitimate drama content, cringy content, abusive content, right? Content that is more money motivated and fame motivated than purpose driven content or purpose focused or motivated type of content. I've warmed up. I mean, it's in the 40s right now. I can see a little steam coming out of my breath, but my body is warm because I'm very layered up. I got my hat on and I got my gloves on. In 2025, I'm going to start in the summer. I'm going to start to use a backpack that Don got me years ago. It's still brand new. It has like a built-in water bottle, and I can actually drink water off of a straw attached off to the side. Because I've done some walks, some 4-mile walks on a hot summer day where I drank a lot of liquid or water before I walked, but none during the walk. I still made it. But it's not advisable to walk 4 miles in 90 plus degree weather and not have any liquid. I've done it many times. I know my body, but still it's not good. It's just not good. So that's going to be a new addition I'm going to be using on these walks. And it's going to take an extra step to prepare for the show, but that's okay. It is what it is. So another thing I wanted to mention here, and I'm going to be switching to the front facing camera. Sorry, I'm going to be switching to not the facing camera, but the rear camera facing up front in just about 4 to 5 minutes, maybe a little less, so I can turn on the light because it's getting dark. But I want to talk about, I was going to talk about this at the beginning of the show, but I forgot. Let's talk about it now. I remember a gaming channel I once watched that kind of built themselves on drama of making fun of other channels while having gameplay in the background. People returned because the content worked. Not necessarily always were good or was good. For what happened to that channel, I think it died down because the guy lost motivation to find new content. Well, after a while, you see, that's a great point, Calvin Clymer. Even if this drama or fake instigated drama or people finding a target and talking about them constantly on YouTube as their content and their moneymaker, right? Even if it continues to make them money, at some point, it's not enjoyable. Initially, it's enjoyable to anyone doing something like that. I would never do something like that because that's not who I am. Now, the one time I did talk about this other Chris guy was because he was legitimately scamming. They're trying to scam people out of money. But I would never, ever go after someone just to go after them because I just don't like who they are as a person or anything like that. I would never try to character assassinate someone. But if someone is doing something that is affecting the general public legitimately, then there's no problem talking about it. That's called raising awareness, right? But after a while, Kelvin Clymer and anyone else that's here, after a while, even if someone can continue making money with this type of content, if they're focused on the same people or same thing, they're going to get bored and tired of doing it. It becomes a boring, repetitive cycle. And even if it keeps making them money, it's not fun to do. It's actually very painful to do. Then these people have to ask themselves, is this worth, even if someone pays me $500 to do for one episode, for one show, right? Even if somebody has been offered $500 to continue, doing this type of content, to that creator, they're going to be like, okay, well, this is a lot of money. I don't enjoy doing this anymore, but it's $500, so I'll suck it up, buttercup. And then at that point, is that creator even going to deliver the promised show? Because they've already checked out of really enjoying to do that type of content anymore anyway, right? Calling out assholes is fully allowed. Well, I agree. I agree with that. Let me switch to the camera on the back for the front. And then we're going to just put on the light. See, look at the difference when I turn off the light. Here we go. All right, Kelvin Clymer says, I will soon call out my uncle public on Facebook for being an open... Well, I won't say that word here because I don't want to get demonetized, but there are some things that I stay away from, Kelvin Clymer. One of those things is when it comes to sexual orientation, I don't talk about that in negative ways, because even though it's not for me, that doesn't mean it's not for other people. People can choose to be who they want to be. If this person, I know that's not you. You're saying that I believe your uncle has a phobia of these types of people, right? And quite frankly, is it even worth calling them out? Because all that's going to do is stir up the pot and create more drama, right? And if that's, if you have so much time on your hands to the point of where you want the back and forth, or you're seeking the back and forth, that's a different story. But for me, I wouldn't even engage in something like that. It's just not worth my time. And quite frankly, everyone has the right to be who they want to be. And if I'm going to be honest with you, and I know this, you're talking about your uncle having a phobia of these types of people. Quite honestly, a lot of these types of people that have a different sexual orientation than the standard male or female aspects, these are far nicer and more decent people than straight people. And to be quite honest with you, I don't discriminate against anyone, but I'd be more prone to probably hire people that are not straight over people that are straight, because they're more caring and understanding people, because they've been through a lot, because they're being looked at as different, right? They don't want to be looked at as different, right? People can be who they want to be as long as they're good, law-abiding citizens. That's all that really matters. As long as they're considerate, kind, and caring people, that's all that really matters. Kelvin Clymer says, well, in my case, I will call him out just to make him aware I know his bad opinions there. Maybe it helps him think about the hateful content he posts on Facebook. Before I knew what I knew about him on Facebook, I used to respect the guy. Well, I get it. You don't like his opinions and stuff like that. But why would you want to stir up the pot? And why would you want to do it publicly? Why not just give him a call behind the scenes? That's the whole thing, man. It's like a lot of people want to use stuff for content publicly on social media. It's like they want to publicly shame people or hurt people, right? That's never been my purpose. The only things I've ever done is defend myself against these type of shitty people, or these types of shitty people. And if these people I felt were doing something either illegal, could be considered perceived illegal or considered illegal, or they were trying to rip people off or scam people or hurt people in some way, shape, or form, that's what I talked about. But I've never, ever, 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 gone after people just because they have a shitty opinion on something. If they have a shitty opinion on something, I can say, well, that's a shitty opinion and I disagree with you and move on, right? And the only reason why I've even done that is because, doing personal development coaching content out here, you want to give examples. And that's a good way to give some examples. You see this? Look if I turn off the light. Look at the difference. It's not bad. It's not bad. The front LED or the back LED light of the iPhone. So what I was going to mention, folks, and I'm going to actually, when I get to the lot, I'm going to have a hard stop. I'm not going to walk around anymore. Kelvin Clymer, I get your point, Eli. I will not change how I plan to do it there, as I do not think the guy deserves to not be called out for it. Well, yeah, that's cool. I used to think the same way, Kelvin. To be fair, listen, there are some things that I would change if I could go back and change. I've called out a lot of people on YouTube and Facebook and other places before. And the juice just wasn't worth the squeeze. Even though I did it with respect and I did it the right way, a lot of times you don't know the types of people you're dealing with and how far they're willing to go to make your life miserable just because you called them out on their BS publicly on social media, right? I get it, dude. Do what you got to do, man. I'm just letting you know. Actions have consequences, even if you have the right intentions, which you do. My new phrase, which has been around for a while, people have used it for a long time, is the juice worth the squeeze, man? You got to ask yourself, is the juice worth the squeeze? For me, it's just not. At least not anymore, and it never really was. I just don't have any time or energy left to deal with this stupid shit anymore. I'm focused on building my organization. By the way, I'm thinking by some point tomorrow, or Tuesday. The GNA Positivity Pledge is going to be live on the genuinenetworkingassociation.org website. I have been revamping the website. I have changed the navigation. At least on mobile it's going to look pretty much the same, but on website there's going to be top navigation. And the site is running very fast now. I had a couple of WordPress plugins that were slowing down the site that didn't need it to be used. I deactivated them. The site's running fantastically snappy now. It's all good. And so I'm going to be getting the GNA Positivity Pledge up on the GNA website over the next few days. It'll be up by Tuesday morning at the latest, let's say, or by Tuesday late morning at the latest. Now, another thing. This Tuesday, I thought tomorrow's going to be this is episode number 898 of Walking with Purpose Live. Tomorrow is going to be episode 899. And Tuesday is going to be episode number 900. And here's how this all falls into place. This Tuesday, December 17th, 2024 is my 51st birthday. I am planning to go live from the studio. I'm planning to go live from the studio at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 4:30 Central. So let's say that one more time. I'm going to be going live this Tuesday, December 17, 2024, for my 51st birthday bash. It's going to be on the main channel. It's not going to be on this channel here. It's going to be on the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Links below in the description. 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Central, 2:30 p.m. my time Pacific. The show will be no longer than 90 minutes. It will end by 4 o'clock at the latest. Probably it'll end more so by 3:30. It'll be probably like an hour long. Now, I'm going to try to, and people know, I'm going to try to get as many of the moderators on. Tia, Santa Palacio, Queen Helen Casey, my girlfriend Dawn might make an appearance. Some of these people might appear. If they appear, they might appear on video or just audio only. It's a crapshoot at this point. Also, we might get Alex the Beer Master to pop on for a few, and Lewis Fuller, even Kelvin Clymer if you're around and you get the link behind the scenes. We've got some people on the side over here looking at the water at night. Give me just 1 second. I doubt I will be able at that time as I'm mostly at work then. Yeah, no worries, bro. It's all good. No worries. I just want to welcome all the moderators and don't want to leave anyone important out, you know. Now, I will let you folks know, it will be a members only live chat. So if you're not a moderator or Yeah, if you're not a moderator, you'll need at least a $2.99 channel membership on that channel as well. Both these channels are monetized. They've been monetized for years. Or you can send a super chat if you don't want to get a channel membership and you're not a moderator. And if you're a moderator and you want to send a super chat, that's great too, but it is what it is. Whatever. You know, I'm not expecting anything. I'm not even expecting anyone to show up. If I can't get my mods, even one of them, to show up, it's not a big deal. I'll do the show myself. If I do the show myself and I don't make any donations, that's okay too. I'm okay with everything. You know, I'm all good either way. You know, I'm just going to do my annual birthday show. And whoever wants to come around can come around. Whoever wants to support in any way, shape, or form, that's on you. And if you don't, that's okay too. But regardless, I'll probably end the show by about 3:30. Give me 1 second. I'll probably end the show at about 3:30 or 3:45 Pacific at the latest, and then I'm going to go live from probably the trail and do episode number 900 of Walking with Purpose, and do the milestone episode on the same day as my birthday. Just all panned out to be that way, right? So anyway, that is that. I'm going to get going. I got some more cleaning to do tonight with Dawn, with the little Bissell. You know, the smaller Bissell, that's for hardwood floors and tiles and stuff like that. And then Dawn and I are going to put up our tree over the next day or two. You know, those of you that watched our live streams last year from the couch, you saw our tree. We're going to put up our tree again and get ready for the next few weeks. And we're probably going to leave our tree up at least throughout the entire month of January and probably most of February before we take it down, because with so much going on, you know, earlier this month and earlier even in November, I really, you know, both Dawn and I really didn't have a lot of time. Dawn's had a lot going on too, with doctor's appointments and nutritionist and all that kind of stuff. There's just been a lot going on. But anyway, I have a lot of love for all of you. And I've got to say this, it feels really nice to be drama free and to not focus on any stupid YouTube drama. Like, I have completely tuned it out. And yeah, it's just amazing. I really look forward to an amazing 2025, and I hope as many of you as possible can join us on this wonderful journey. With that being said, have a good one. Take care, and as always, be good to each other. Good night, everyone.